Hey there, YouTube, and welcome back to Victor's Van. I am Victor, this is my van, and on Victor's Van today we're going to talk about butt stuff. I'm not going to talk about intro to butt stuff, or butt stuff 101, or what toys you should use for butt stuff, or all the different terms involved in butt stuff. While I could make a video like that, I think it's been done a lot, and what I really want to make is a video about my own personal experience with receiving butt stuff. And it's because while I think that anal sex in general is taboo, it always has been, it's even doubly so for men. And that's because of a long association with gender roles and homosexuality, which comes with its own societal taboos and whatnot. And so it's really hard to talk about. And because it's hard to talk about, that's the one we're going to talk about today. And though while I'm not making a 101 video, we can hit the high points. 1. Make sure you're clean. That means taking a poop for a couple hours beforehand and not eating. 2. Use lots of lube. However much lube you're thinking you need right now, you need more lube. 3. Take lots of time. However much time you're taking right now, you could probably take more. And last but not least, take big breaths, if you're topping and if you're bottoming, because it helps you stay centered, it helps you connect with your partner, and it helps you pay attention to what's going on. So why stick stuff up your butt? Well, the short answer is that it feels good. Kind of a silly answer, but it's true. We have lots of nerve endings down there, for the same reason that having our other sex organs played with feels good. It's erotic, and it's even further enhanced by the existence of prostate, which is an organ that's present generally if you have a penis. I'm getting off the track here. If you have a prostate, it makes anal sex feel great. It's also very intimate. That level of vulnerability that you might have with your partner is a sexy and intimate thing, and it's a nice thing to share. And lastly, you should probably do it because you will develop a better appreciation for what it takes to bottom anal sex, for what's involved in the cleaning process, what's involved in the prep process, and how much lube you should use. The answer is always more. Anyway, as for me, I've been sticking stuff up my butt since I was like 16. And even though I identify as bisexual, I didn't for a long time. And even before then, I was using, Sharpies in my fingers and stuff to get pleasure. It's been a part of my own self-love for a long, long time. And I'm not alone. I read a survey that I will link in the description. Basically, 18% of men had received anal sex, which is a lot more than there are men who identify as gay. And like a quarter of them, these are hetero respondents too. A quarter of them said that they had been fingered in the butt. So I know I'm not alone in this process. Why don't we talk about men getting it put in the butt more, even if they're not gay? That's right. Good English? Yeah, that's good English. Okay, so basically there's layers at work here, right? And you can think of it as a cake of these sort of bits of cultural drive that make us behave one way or the other. Like the Matrix, right? Like a cake made out of the Matrix. Yep. And on the bottom of the Matrix cake is the gender layer. And gender, I'm going to take a swing at defining it. Gender is a social construct that applies categories to various binary spectra, right? So you're strong, weak. Strong is masculine, weak is feminine. Have hairy and smooth, masculine, feminine. Penetrator, masculine, receptive, feminine, so on and so forth. So Gender is the set of constructs that say how we should behave, right? So if you are a masculine person and you have taken the label of man, and then you are expected to fill all of these roles of gender roles, right? And if you're a woman, likewise, you fill the other ones, even though that's not really what goes on inside of people, right? We have these qualities that exist inside of us, and then sort of we apply this aggregate to who we are, and we say that, oh, well, like I'm mostly masculine, I have a mustache, and I like to be on top, and all this other shit that makes me a man, right? I shouldn't let the cart lead the horse in the sense, right? That because I identify as a man, I should let my own behavior be influenced by that, right? And so the behavior of being a receptive partner is something that's not very masculine to begin with. And that violation of gender roles and the societal drive to fulfill them keeps us from talking about putting stuff in our butts as dudes. Next layer of the matrix cake is sexuality. And so sexuality is like gender, right? Whereas gender is what we do, sexuality is what we are attracted to. Acts and people that we do and do with, right? So likewise, you have, these acts like sex with a woman. As a man, that is heterosexual, like receiving butt sex is something that women do, right? Like this is, this sort of impression of our behavior in a sexual setting is very similar to the one in gender, right? The one that we experience with gender. But it's even worse because gender is already not a binary. And so we're building this binary hetero to homosexual spectrum where we have a list of heterosexual behaviors we're trying to keep up with, when my gender, other people's gender spectrum doesn't even make sense to begin with, because it's like, well, it's not really a spectrum, right? There's like a whole field of shit that you can be. And sitting on top of all that, gender and sexuality, right? We have, living up to being a man, living up to be heterosexual, or at least hetero-presenting, right? On top of all that, we have our DS roles, right? Where, in general, topping an activity is associated with dominance, right? And so, if we say that we're dominant, we try to live up to this role of dominance, that excludes us from bottoming in these scenarios, because we are trying to, again, have these categories that describe certain things, and in order to fit ourselves into this category, we have to, fulfill all the component qualities. But that's not even true, because you can totally bottom in a DS sense and still retain your dominance. Surface topping is totally a thing, and the difference between me, surface top, and dominant is I will do what you like, I will do the thing to you, I will do it my way, and I will do it exacting my own toll for giving you what you want, but I'm a service top, I'll do what you like. And likewise, from a submissive side, service topping can include, if somebody's got a little bit of a masochistic streak, give them a little flogging, a little massage flogging. Give it to me this way, I like it with this flogger, I like it right here. Likewise, you can have a submissive service top that guides you through an anal sex experience, right? And you say, I want it this way, I want it this slow, I want this dong, and I want you to use more lube, please. So, you can totally have dominance and bottoming. And so again, you shouldn't let your impressions of what you should be doing, because you are trying to fulfill these roles as whatever label you're trying to live up to. Now that's putting the cart before the horse. You want to do what you want to do as a person, and then let the label describe you later, right? So anyway, I'm actually really surprised at how little I had to say on the topic. Really, I think this is more like a crash course in gender and sexuality. So maybe we'll return to the topic of butt stuff. Maybe I will do a 101, or maybe I'll go deeper into my story or something like that. But anyway, I'm happy you came here to listen to me rant about why you, a dude, should put stuff in your butt. I'll see you next time. I'm legally obligated to ask you to like and subscribe. And, have a kinky day.